Hey everyone, I finished watching the next Lightspeed episode a while ago from Deep in the Shadows. This was the premiere of the Titanium Ranger, a really important character in the history of Power Rangers. Let's see, the plot goes, let's see, at the beginning, Dr. Fairweather and Carter are testing out this new Ranger suit, the Titanium Ranger suit. Carter has a new morpher, but unfortunately a normal human cannot handle the power that the Titanium morpher brings. So it's locked away, and yeah, and it made me wonder if it had worked, who would have became the Red Ranger? Would they have not had a Red Ranger anymore? Would they recruit somebody else to be a Red Ranger? Anyway, let's see. Dana comes in to Captain Mitchell's office with a birthday cake, and it turns out that it was his son, her brother's. It would have been his 20th birthday today. And there's some exposition about how apparently he died in a car accident. We don't get all the details yet. And then, let's see, it's nighttime, and the Aqua Base is shutting down. People are turning off all the lights, shutting things off, and I think that's a really cool thing to see, like the like the settings are in the real world, kind of. That's what it feels like when things are shutting down for the night. It kind of reminds me of back in Mighty Morphin when Kimberly is talking to Ernie. She wants to use the balance beam after they've shut down, and he gives her the keys, and we see that the juice bar all like dark at night. I don't know. I've just always thought that was kind of a cool thing to see. Or when like a command center at night. Anyway, uh, oh yeah, we see the point of view shot of some unseen ominous character, and we know he's ominous because the music is really creepy here and tense. And so anyway, they swim up through the little water tunnel under the aqua base. I guess they don't have like alarms or anything for this military installation. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Anyway, kid show, whatever. They walk into Captain Mitchell's office. They open this drawer. They get the keys to the where the thing is. They happen to know where the keys are for some reason, and they see a picture of Captain Mitchell younger with his daughter Dana and his son. And this is the first glimpse we see of the son. And we also see that the guy who's in the ominous guy is male. Anyway, he opens up the thing. He takes out the morpher, and then let's see. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, the next day Viper shows up with some batlings. The Rangers show up to stop her, and then this portal opens up, and out of the portal comes the Titanium Ranger, and they don't know who he is. And let's see, Captain Mitchell back at the Aqua Base panics. He goes, he checks on the morpher. He sees it really is gone, and the Titanium Ranger just beats the crap out of the Rangers. They retreat, and then Diabolico shows up in American footage to congratulate Ryan. And like when I was a kid, I didn't really think anything of it, but as an adult, I'm like, holy crap, Diabolico's there finally in American footage. So I'm trying to remember what happens next. Oh yeah, they get back to the Aqua Base. Oh yeah, then they get the V-Lancers. They go back. They're able to kind of fight Titanium Ranger to a standstill. He's blown up by the V-Lancers, and in the explosion, his visor opens up. And Captain Mitchell sees on their cameras, and it made me wonder, how do they keep track of them? Do they have like little robot cameras flying around on drones or something? Or do they have somebody off to the side with a camera? Who knows? Anyway, he sees the person's face inside the visor. He tells the Rangers to stand down, and then like he breaks down almost in tears, and the Rangers get back. Why did you tell us to stop, sir? And he turns around, and I love this. He has a shaky voice. He says, "Because he is my son." And then dun dun dun, and then to be continued. It's a great ending. It's a silly cliche episode. Like watching as an adult, it's very predictable. Like you can tell where they're going. The whole thing at the beginning with the birthday cake and the exposition about Dana's brother, you know it's him. You know it's gonna be the brother, but as a little kid, that kind of goes over your head, and you're just like, wow, like what is all this? It's a mystery. Who's this guy? He's mysterious, and let's see. Oh, and we finally have like the monster suits in the U.S., I guess, because they have a big scene at the end where the monsters are talking to I can't remember if they say his name yet. Ryan the Titanium Ranger. Yeah, I can't remember now if they say his name or not. But anyway, uh, this was a really big milestone for Power Rangers, and I remember being a kid, and this was just the coolest thing ever. And it was also kind of nostalgic because we hadn't had an evil Sixth Ranger in forever, like since Mighty Morphin with Tommy as the Green Ranger. Let's see, the other Sixth Rangers, they hadn't really ever been antagonistic. Like in Zeo, we had the Gold Ranger, who was mysterious, but he wasn't an enemy, he was just helping. Turbo, we had Phantom Ranger and Blue Centurion. They weren't antagonistic in the least. In Space, we had Zane, hero, friend of the Red Ranger. Lost Galaxy, the first Magna Defender was kind of an antagonist. I don't know. He was in a weird spot, but this one it's like clear cut. He's the bad guy, we're the heroes. He's trying to take out the heroes, but also he's being corrupted by the villains. Let's see. Anyway, one of the other things I was thinking about was how interesting it is that they went to such trouble to create a Sixth Ranger for Lightspeed that's American exclusive, and then almost never did it again. Like, it was really unique at the time because in the past we'd had like recolors of suits or variants of suits, but this was the first time we got like a fully original one. And I've heard some like rumors about like where the suit came from. Like I've heard some things that it was designed for Go-Go 5, the Sentai version, and they for whatever reason didn't use it, but they had the designs for the suits or for the suit, and that's what we used over here to develop Titanium Ranger. And I've heard other things that said that the suit was actually made for Turbo Ranger back in the 80s, the Sentai Turbo Ranger. And I think that rumor came from the chest design is like kind of similar to the Turbo Rangers chest designs. The helmet doesn't really look anything like Turbo Rangers. It's very much like Go-Go 5's helmets in that style. So I don't know, maybe it took it like if it was Turbo Ranger, then definitely it was designed in Japan because I highly doubt the American crew knew or cared anything about Turbo Ranger. Unless Koichi Sakamoto was there at the time and maybe he had experience with Turbo Ranger, who knows. Anyway, I was thinking about like the American exclusive Rangers that would come after Titanium Ranger, and it's really weird. Let's see, in trying to think now. In Ninja Storm, we have a quick little like fantasy sequence for Mara. She imagines being a Pink Ranger, and it's just a digitally recolored Blue Ranger costume. In SPD, we had the A Squad Rangers, who were just recycled parts, repainted, and then we had Boom as an Orange Ranger, who did have an original outfit, but a repainted helmet. And it was just in a dream sequence anyway. Then in, Jungle Fury. I'm trying to think now if Overdrive or Mystic Force had anything. I can't think of anything. Anyway, Jungle Fury is the other big name when it comes to American exclusive Rangers, but even then, it's like really odd the way they were utilized. Let's see, we have the Paishui Masters, these old, like, semi-retired masters of, like, I don't know, the source of the Rangers' power in that season, and they get their own Ranger powers, but the odd thing is they don't morph into those powers. The powers, like, just kind of show up near them. They move in conjunction with them, or something. It's really weird, and the best way I could think of to describe it was it's kind of like when the Alien Rangers would control their Battleborg Zords. They would do the moves, and the Battleborgs would imitate the Alien Rangers. That's kind of how the Spirit Rangers are in Jungle Fury. Let's see, and after Jungle Fury, no more original Rangers, unfortunately. Not even in the Neo Saban and the new Hasbro era. I guess they don't really need to make new Rangers or anything. So in the Neo Saban seasons, we had like that have like American exclusive armor, like the Shogun mode, the Mega modes, the what was it? Dino Charge had. I don't remember what it was called. They'd just pile on a bunch of bulky armor, basically, but they never had original Ranger suits. They would make all this other stuff that was like original, but for some reason not Rangers, and it's really weird because fans love original Rangers. It's one of the things that like boosts up Jungle Fury, I think. Anyway, trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. I don't think there's too much else I wanted to talk about. I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about with this episode. If there's more, I'll talk about it in the next video about the next Lightspeed episode. Oh, and that was a cool thing. The Titanium Ranger gets a multi-episode arc similar to Tommy and Green with Evil, and that's really cool. And it's kind of similar in the way that he starts off as like a human corrupted by the villains, and slowly turns into a human, like on the good guys' side, redeeming himself and joining the good guys against the bad guys, and it's really cool. So that's all for this one, I guess. See ya.